11 o'clock at night. Perimeter alarm system went off from Fifth Op. Welcome to another weekend here up at the land. Time by the tent. Thank you for choosing to click on the video. Friday afternoon, late Friday afternoon, after the time change, daylight savings. Rut is beginning to start for deer hunting. Gonna get up here, change, dive in the stand for about an hour and 15 minutes. Closest stand to the tent here. I have had activity on the cameras this week in that general area, so I don't want to go too far in the woods, being as late as it is, but being the early stages of the rut, I think I can slide in and not disturb too many things, and then start the weekend off. Hopefully maybe we can harvest something. A lot of rain this week up here, so let me get changed and I will see you in the stand. Well, nothing happened there. It got dark at 5:05, and I got in the stand, I don't know, whatever time. Which now is the time in which you can sneak in the woods and do this. 3:46. With the rut kicking in, you can afford to sneak in and hunt an hour, hour and a half. But didn't hear anything, didn't see anything. I thought there was a couple of times where something was coming, but it never materialized. We've had over 2 inches, well, around 2 inches of rain up here in the last weekend. Sunday, Monday, and most of Tuesday it rained. So the leaves are still super wet in the woods. Now around here where it's open and the sun has been able to get to them, they're crunchy and dry. But beautiful night. 45 in the tent right now. I'll get the stove going. Not supposed to get any colder than what it is now. So I got to get stuff out of the car. The only thing that would be thawed out would be Spam, and I can do Spam and green beans tonight. I do have another bread. I don't think I had bread last week. Maybe I did. Maybe no. I think it was two episodes ago. I'll show you that, and that's pretty much what we got going on. We'll try it again in the morning. I'll go out to the stand. That's by that logging road that I put up, the most recent stand. I'll show you here. I always get the glare wrong on this. So here's camp here. I was in this stand here because that was the quickest to get into. Usually I would go on that stand on a Friday night, but we've had deer activity, a buck and a doe and some yearlings in this area. So I didn't want to go in there this late to the evening. I did grunt and rattle in the stand that I was in, nothing happened. So in the morning I'll slip into that stand there. The sun will be behind me. I don't think there'll be any wind. So that would be the plan for tomorrow. And then after that, I would go to the stand that's in the center of the property, I guess, the one I sat in last week for 4 hours and nothing happened, but things are changing with the rut, the time of the breeding cycle for the deer. So that's where I'm at. I'll get changed and then we'll get supper going. Getting my Spam and green beans warmed up. Gotta be careful with that so I don't overcook it. Nothing special. I've got Johnsonville brats that are frozen and a deer burger that is frozen. I don't think the camera will pick it up, but there's the moon, and I don't think it's going to pick up any stars. The whole sky is lit up. So I will show you what I got when I get done. You probably already know what it's going to look like. Alright, so there's the hickory Spam, French green beans, and then the bread. It's the sweet bread made in a bread machine. Just, I think it's a 1 pound loaf. That's what it looks like there. And normal bread, but it has raisins in it, and then also it has white chocolate chips in it. And this is the same friend that made the challah bread a couple of weeks ago for me and Holly. So she put white chocolate chips in, though you don't see them. When you bite into it, you get a pop of sweet every now and then. That's that chocolate chip that is melted into the bread. Raisins, you'll see a raisin every now and then. Really good, very light bread. She said she made it in a bread machine with, I think she said, a sweet feature on it. There's a setting on it, so I will eat this, enjoy this. We have carpet for in front of the bed. And it is quite still early. It's only, well, it's 6:30 now. Got out of the stand at 5 after all this running around. At some point we'll have a driveway in which I don't have to take the wagon down and bring everything up in the wagon and have the car parked. It's 246 feet from the tent, and it's a decreased, or from the car to the tent, it's an elevation of 45 feet. So I'm going to enjoy this, and I'll catch up with you in a little bit. So it is 11 o'clock at night. About 10 minutes ago, the camp perimeter alarm system went off from Fifth Ops. If you've not seen that review, it's in the description below. So I grabbed my gun, got a 10 mil and flashlight, and went to the front tent. And instead of just walking out going, hey, who's out here, I dropped both windows down, because in the small tent, you can drop the windows down from the inside and look out. With the big tent here, you can't do it. It's reversed. You have to open them from the outside. Anyway, so I looked over and down the trail, didn't see anything. Looked over on this side, and I see a chipmunk standing on the tree, and it scoots around and goes on the wood pile. So that was what triggered that alarm system, because I've got it over here on a tree across in front of the tent to a tree, and to a makeshift a post that I put in. So that chipmunk ran around the tree and caught that fifth off that cable and caused the alarm to go off. So we know it works, which, well, I've tried it a couple of times, but we know that squirrels have the potential of setting it off. So when it goes around the tree and it catches it, because I've just got a nail where it hangs, I'll show you tomorrow. So I'm going to try to go to bed if that doesn't go off again. And well, we will see you in the tree stand in the morning. Cold tomorrow morning, about 25, 26 degrees. So we'll see if that is good or bad for us. "10:15 in the morning. Been in the stand for 4 hours. Haven't seen anything. Really cold morning this morning. 29 when I came out of the tent. It's about 37 now, but it feels like 34. A couple of squirrels, owls. A couple of owls this morning. Had a grouse fly by a few minutes ago. Thought maybe this would be a good spot with this logging road and being in the morning. I've never, this is the first morning hunt I've done out of the stand. Got rain moving in this evening after dark and tomorrow, off and on all day. I will stay in the stand a little bit longer here, and then meet you back at camp, change, warm up, eat, do a little project here and there and then head back out this afternoon. Wind starting to really get picking up on wind now. Really starting to get windy. 5 to 10 is what they're calling for. I think it's a little stronger than that. Last night I told you that the fifth ops perimeter alarm system went off. You can see the string here, and then it goes across there to that tree and then runs back over to that tree there. And when I opened the window here and shined the light out last night, I saw a chipmunk run around the side of the tree here, which would have been what would triggered it. It climbed up on it or put weight on it and pulled the pin out of it, and then the pin falls down and triggers. It's a 209 primer, same thing you use for a muzzleloader. And then I don't have it in there, but that squirrel caught that and then it fired off. So it works. And that's why I waited a few minutes. I shined the light out of the windows, didn't see anything out here, and then I waited about 2 minutes to see if the camera, which the security camera or the Tacticam trail camera is on that tree there, to see if that would trigger, if there was a bear. I know some of them are not in hibernation, or a deer or a bobcat or a whatever come through and triggered it. That would have indicated, that would have sent a picture, but nothing happened. So then I figured, okay, let's see what's going on, and that's what was going on. Right, chipmunk. Deer burger and green beans. Got a lot of green beans, so that's going to be a staple of all the meals. Partly cloudy, mostly cloudy. I mean, it's just amazing how the transition from 2 months ago, where you could stand right here and not see the road, not see the car, not see the sign, not see anything, because it was such thick foliage and trees and shrubbery and raspberry bushes and all that, and now you can see everything, which helps hunting. You're not limited to 20-yard diameter around the tree stand. So, if I haven't told you, thank you for coming along this weekend. Gonna eat, and right now it's noon. Got the fire going in the tent because it is 54 in there now. It was 48 when I got in there. And then I would like to get these cut for the framework on the front two corners here. Talked about that last week over and over again. Never did get it done because of the rain. That might be a tomorrow afternoon project. It doesn't look like it's going to be an all-day rain, but I don't know. So I want to eat and then see what time frame I've got, because I want to get back out in the stand by 2:30. It gets dark at 5:04. So I put the 2 braces there and 2 cross beams right there. I'll finish that either tonight or tomorrow. Same thing on this side. There's the 2 there. I am going to head out to the stand, see if I come back with a deer or not. I don't know. Not been promising, as I haven't seen anything from the stand. I think within any reasonable distance. Saw that doe on the 2 yearlings like 3 weeks ago at about 60 to 80 yards. Saw 1 deer torso couple of deer sprawling or fighting a couple of weeks ago, way off in the distance. So let's see what happens. Well, my friends, back at camp. I don't know. Been in the stand over a little over 8 hours today, and that's including last night when I got in here late and haven't seen a deer, which that's not a surprise. Been very limited on deer visualization this year. This evening, the last hour and 15 minutes, it was just dead. There was no. When I got in the stand, there was birds and squirrels moving around, and then after, with the last hour and 15 minutes, that no birds, no squirrels, no activity, a puff of wind here and there. I did rattle, I did call, I did bleat, did all the things you're supposed to do to try to attract anything that's in the area. I don't know if anything's in the area. I got rain moving in tonight. I'm still trying to get a solid forecast. Everything's showing different on every platform I'm looking at. It's going to rain here tonight, this evening, in about an hour, off and on a little bit. So I got the fire going in here. I'm going to go out and start the campfire. I have, instead of having green beans, because I'm tired of green beans, because I've had green beans now, these Johnsonville pure pork smoked bratwurst. There's 6 of them. I'll fix 3 tonight for me, and then 3 for lunch tomorrow. And then I think I'm going to make some turkey stovetop stuffing, because that's going to be either that or I'm going to have that, because I'm going to have mashed potatoes or green beans or creamy noodles or teriyaki noodles or fried rice. I'm just going to go with the stovetop stuffing turkey. And then, I don't know if you can see this any better now. Those went up very nice. That's really tightened the tent up. In the front used to be a little give in the zipper. Now it's really very, very tight. And then over here, got those 2 posts up. And I really don't need the cross beams, which I've already made. Just adds another level of strength to hold them together so they don't wiggle apart or fall or collapse in on themselves, and you can hang stuff. So that is where I be right now. I know there's certain states that are having firearm season. We've still got a couple more weeks before deer camp in that realm. And next week is going to look a little chillier, but looks like it's going to be a good weekend weather-wise. I had the last couple of weekends here having rain coming on Saturday night and then all day Sunday rain. Kind of limits what I can do. But also last week, if you watched the video, I got the tent completely organized. Still, it's dirty again on the floor, but everything's organized. and vacuumed, and that made things a lot easier. Added a few essential items in here, so I'll see you when supper is ready. Supper has been prepared. Turkey stovetop stuffing, 3 of the 6 brats, and some more of that raisin chocolate chip bread that I toast on the stove on the aluminum foil, and put a little butter on it. Works out really, really good. So, I don't have a good answer for you on what's going to happen tomorrow. I am not going to mess with putting these braces up tonight. I just want to lay down and really do nothing. And that's what I'm going to do. I can do this tomorrow, half hour, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. Boom, boom, done. And then that project will be completed as well. So, again, thank you so much for coming along to Northwoods of Wisconsin. A lot of these videos are deer hunting related, but there's some odds and ends through in. The deer hunting part is not that exciting for you or for me. So, we will see you tomorrow. Good morning. It's about 8:15. Been raining, steady mist all morning. It was louder this morning. I got up at 5, and it was considerable rain, and I just didn't want to go out sit in the rain. So it has tapered off. More coming this afternoon. So I'm going to slide out in the stand that I was in Friday night and see if this would allow any activity. Sit in the stand for a couple hours, so I'll see you in the stand. Well, back at the camp. Already changed. Rain has stopped. I don't know Already changed, sat in the stand for 2 hours, had the umbrella up, so it wasn't that bad. Never saw anything, which you weren't going to hear anything. Squirrels, there was squirrel activity, but you weren't going to see, you were not going to hear a deer come up. You were going to see it and not hear it, and just absolutely nothing. So let this dry out, hang it somewhere, and I'm going to fix lunch. Going to just get the camp stove going and heat up the last of those pork sausages, and probably pour that rice in the pan as well. I will go ahead and brace the front up like we talked about last night, get that done and clean up, and that's it. It's no need staying here later today than need to be, because there's nothing to do. If it was a beautiful day and I was out in the stand and deer were running back and forth, I'd stay out and stand all day. So that's 12 hours in this morning, yesterday, and Friday evening, and saw about 7 squirrels and 1 grouse, and heard a couple of owls, and this was on three different stands. And I don't know if I'm early on the rut, or, I mean, I've had deer on the camera as late as last Thursday, Wednesday morning, Thursday. So day before I came up here on that stand that we hunted Saturday morning for 4 hours. Got the bracings put up on both sides, and the rain begins to patter again on the tent roof. So, with that being said, we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to head home. Thank you so much for being part of the program today. If you made it this far, let's put gray in the comments below. Gray skies, G-R-A-Y. Let me know the 3 of you who made it this far, And until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again.